Europe, a continent teeming with diverse cultures and a rich history. But how did this tapestry of life begin? Our journey starts millions of years ago in the vast epoch known as the Paleolithic era. During this time, early humans, our ancient ancestors, began to migrate across continents, eventually reaching Europe. Imagine a landscape vastly different from today's, with glaciers shaping the land. These early humans, hunter-gatherers by necessity, roamed this challenging world seeking food and shelter. These early inhabitants left their mark on the continent, creating tools for survival and even expressing themselves through art. Deep within caves, hidden from the elements, they painted on the walls, leaving behind a glimpse into their lives and beliefs. These cave paintings, discovered millennia later, offer us a window into the minds of our ancestors, showcasing their creativity and their connection to the natural world. As the climate gradually warmed and the ice sheets receded, a pivotal shift occurred, the Neolithic Revolution. This period marked a profound change in human history, a time when humans transitioned from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled farmers. This revolution, beginning around 7000 BCE, took root in the southeastern region of Europe, the Balkans. Here, early farmers cultivated crops like wheat and barley, and domesticated animals such as sheep and goats. This newfound stability brought about by agriculture led to the establishment of permanent settlements, which eventually grew into villages and later towns. The ability to cultivate food and store surpluses transformed human society, paving the way for the development of more complex social structures, specialization of labor, and the rise of early civilizations. The Neolithic Revolution marked the end of the prehistoric era and laid the foundation for the diverse cultures and civilizations that would come to define Europe. As communities flourished and expanded, the discovery of bronze marked a new era, the Bronze Age. Around 3000 BCE, this harder, more durable metal revolutionized toolmaking, warfare, and trade. Civilizations like the Minoans on the island of Crete thrived during this period. They built magnificent palaces, established seafaring trade networks across the Mediterranean, and developed a written language demonstrating their advanced culture. The Minoans were followed by the Mycenaeans in mainland Greece, known for their warrior culture and their role in epic tales like the Trojan War. These early civilizations laid the groundwork for the rise of one of the most influential cultures in human history, the Greeks. Ancient Greece, a collection of independent city-states, flourished between the 8th and 4th centuries BCE. The Greeks made groundbreaking contributions in various fields, shaping Western thought and culture for centuries to come. Athens, renowned for its democracy and philosophical thought, gave birth to thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, whose ideas still resonate today. Sparta, on the other hand, was a militaristic society known for its disciplined soldiers and emphasis on physical prowess. The rivalry and interaction between these city-states fostered an environment of innovation and intellectual exchange. Greek achievements extended beyond philosophy and politics. Their art, literature, and architecture became benchmarks of classical beauty. The majestic temples dedicated to their gods, the timeless plays of Sophocles and Euripides, and the exquisite sculptures that captured the human form in all its glory, all stand as a testament to the enduring legacy of ancient Greece. While the Greeks were shaping the intellectual and artistic landscape of the Mediterranean, another power was rising in the Italian peninsula, Rome. Initially a small city-state, Rome expanded its influence through military conquest and strategic alliances, eventually evolving into a vast and powerful empire. The Roman Republic, founded on the principles of representative government and the rule of law, laid the groundwork for the empire that would dominate Europe for centuries. From the 1st century BCE to the 5th century CE, the Roman Empire controlled vast territories stretching from the British Isles in the north to North Africa in the south, and from the Iberian Peninsula in the west to the Middle East in the east. This vast empire brought with it a period of relative peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. The Romans excelled in engineering and infrastructure, building a vast network of roads, aqueducts, and public buildings that connected their sprawling empire. They developed a sophisticated legal system and a unified currency, facilitating trade and communication across their vast territories. The Romans also played a crucial role in the spread of Christianity. Initially persecuted, Christianity gained official recognition in the 4th century CE, eventually becoming the dominant religion of the Roman Empire. However, internal strife, economic woes, and increasing pressure from migrating Germanic tribes from the north weakened the empire. By the 5th century CE, the once mighty Roman Empire was crumbling. The year 476 CE marks a turning point in European history, with the fall of the Western Roman Empire making way for a new era, the Middle Ages. The fall of the Western Roman Empire led to a period of fragmentation and upheaval across Europe. From the chaos emerged a new social and political order, feudalism. In this system, land was the primary source of power, and a hierarchical structure arose. Kings granted land to nobles in exchange for military service and loyalty. These nobles, in turn, granted smaller parcels of land to vassals, creating a complex web of obligations and allegiances. The Catholic Church became a powerful force during the Middle Ages, providing spiritual guidance and wielding significant political influence. Monasteries became centers of learning, preserving classical texts and contributing to the development of art and architecture. The medieval period wasn't without its challenges. The Crusades, a series of religious wars initiated by the Catholic Church to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim rule, spanned the 11th to the 13th centuries. These campaigns had a profound impact on Europe, fostering cultural exchange between East and West, but also leading to violence and persecution. In the mid-14th century, Europe was ravaged by the Black Death, a devastating pandemic that killed millions. This catastrophic event had a profound impact on European society, leading to labor shortages, social unrest, and a reassessment of religious beliefs. Section 5. A rebirth of knowledge, the Renaissance. From the ashes of the Black Death, a new era emerged, the Renaissance. This period, which began in Italy in the 14th century, marked a renewed interest in classical art, literature, and philosophy after the Middle Ages. Thinkers and artists of the Renaissance, inspired by the achievements of ancient Greece and Rome, sought to revive and emulate classical ideals. Florence, a city-state in Italy, became the cradle of the Renaissance, nurturing artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael. These masters produced some of the most iconic works of art in human history, from the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper to the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the Statue of David. The Renaissance wasn't just about art, it was a period of intellectual ferment that witnessed significant advancements in science, mathematics, and literature. Nicholas Copernicus challenged the geocentric view of the universe, proposing instead a heliocentric model, where the Earth and other planets revolved around the Sun. Johannes Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in the mid-15th century revolutionized the dissemination of knowledge. Books became more readily available, leading to increased literacy and the spread of new ideas across Europe. Section 6. A New Europe, Reformation and Exploration. The 16th century saw a major upheaval in the religious landscape of Europe, the Reformation. Martin Luther, a German monk, challenged the authority of the Catholic Church, sparking a religious revolution. Luther questioned the Church's practices, such as the sale of indulgences, and emphasized the importance of faith and Scripture. The Reformation led to the emergence of Protestant denominations such as Lutheranism and Calvinism, which spread rapidly across Europe. The Catholic Church, in response, initiated its own reforms during the Counter-Reformation. This period of religious upheaval had a profound impact on European politics and society, leading to wars, persecution, and the redrawing of religious boundaries. While Europe grappled with religious change, a new age of exploration and discovery was underway. Driven by a thirst for knowledge, wealth, and new trade routes to the east, European explorers embarked on daring voyages that would reshape the world. Portuguese explorers, led by Vasco da Gama, pioneered new sea routes to India, bypassing the traditional land routes controlled by the Ottoman Empire. Christopher Columbus, sailing under the patronage of Spain, reached the Americas in 1492, mistakenly believing he had reached the East Indies. These voyages of exploration had far-reaching consequences, leading to the European colonization of the Americas, the transatlantic slave trade, and the exchange of goods, ideas, and diseases between the Old World and the New World. Section 7. Revolutions and Empires. The 17th and 18th centuries witnessed a period of profound intellectual and scientific advancements known as the Scientific Revolution and the Enlightenment. Scientists like Galileo Galilei, using observation and experimentation, made groundbreaking discoveries that challenged established theories. Isaac Newton's laws of motion and universal gravitation revolutionized physics. The Enlightenment, building on the foundations laid by the Scientific Revolution, emphasized reason, logic, and individual rights. Thinkers like John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Montesquieu advocated for separation of powers, natural rights, and popular sovereignty. These Enlightenment ideas had a profound impact on political thought, paving the way for revolutions in America and France. The American Revolution, inspired by Enlightenment principles, led to the founding of the United States, a nation based on ideas of liberty, equality, and self-government. The French Revolution, erupting in 1789, aimed to overthrow the absolute monarchy and establish a more just and equitable society. While the French Revolution was a tumultuous period marked by violence and upheaval, it had a lasting impact on France and the rest of Europe, spreading the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity. The 19th century witnessed the rise of industrial capitalism, fueled by technological innovations like the steam engine and the cotton gin. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain and spread across Europe, transformed societies, leading to mass production, urbanization, and the growth of cities. Section 8. A century of conflict. The 20th century was a tumultuous period in European history, marked by two devastating world wars and the ideological clash between communism and democracy. World War I, triggered by a complex web of alliances, nationalism and militarism, engulfed Europe in a bloody conflict from 1914 to 1918. The war's aftermath left Europe politically and economically devastated, setting the stage for the rise of extremist ideologies like fascism and communism. The rise of Nazi Germany, led by Adolf Hitler, plunged Europe into another global conflict, World War II. From 1939 to 1945, Europe endured a second devastating war marked by genocide, occupation, and the horrors of the Holocaust. The aftermath of World War II left Europe divided, both physically and ideologically, by the Iron Curtain. The Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension between the United States and its allies and the Soviet Union and its satellite states, dominated international relations for decades. Europe became a battleground for ideological conflict, with Western Europe aligning with democracy and capitalism, while Eastern Europe fell under the control of communist regimes. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed the gradual collapse of communism in Eastern Europe, culminating in the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. With the end of the Cold War, Europe began a process of reunification and integration. Section 9. Europe Today and Tomorrow. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked the beginning of a new era for Europe. The European Union, established in 1993, aimed to foster economic and political cooperation among European nations. The euro, a single currency adopted by many EU member states, facilitated trade and economic integration. However, the 21st century has brought new challenges for Europe. The 2008 financial crisis highlighted the interconnectedness of global economies and exposed vulnerabilities within the Eurozone. The rise of populism and nationalism in recent years has tested the principles of unity and solidarity that underpin the European project. The UK's exit from the European Union in 2020, commonly known as Brexit, reflects these challenges. Despite these challenges, Europe remains a global leader in many areas. European nations are at the forefront of technological innovation, environmental protection, and human rights advocacy. From tackling climate change to promoting sustainable development, Europe continues to play a vital role in shaping the global agenda. As we look to the future, Europe faces both opportunities and uncertainties. The continent's rich history, cultural diversity, and commitment to international cooperation provide a strong foundation for navigating the complexities of the 21st century. Europe's story is far from over. It continues to evolve, shaped by the forces of globalization, technological advancements, and the enduring human spirit of innovation and resilience.